Real country fun.
Froggy.
It's the Danger Show live in Nashville for CMA Week with Froggy, and David Nail joins us.
Hello. How's it going?
Doing good, man. You've had a big year. Whatever she's got
We
went
had
to
a
number
busy
one.
busy one, that's for sure. But yeah, it's been the best one that I've had yet, and hopefully it continues. My philosophy's always been, I hope that I have a good enough year that we can have a next year, and that philosophy's worked for us at least so far. So hopefully it continues.
Well, I mean, you've had to pay your dues in the business a little bit. I mean, but now it just seems like you're putting a song that's getting a lot of play. The next song's getting a lot of play. I mean, we're playing "Kiss You Tonight" all the time. Your latest single on Froggy, and looks like big things are down the road for David Nail for sure.
Well, I hope so. My wife definitely, especially after this week, CMA week, I'm going to have some severe credit card debt to pay off. So I need big things. It seems like every Sunday I get home, there are new bags in the spare bedroom, and she swears up and down she's borrowing it. But,
yeah, right.
Well,
it was a good deal. That's what my wife says.
Oh, exactly.
She's like, this was on sale.
Yeah, my wife's queen of the, it was only $49 and it was regularly $400, and I always have to remind her, well, there's a reason why nobody bought it at $400. Nobody bought it at $200.
Right.
They finally found a sucker. You won their competition.
What's the old saying? A man will pay full price for something he needs, but a woman will pay half price for something that
nobody needs.
No offense to women out there shopping. We need you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
My wife she's over the, I guess, five plus years we've been married, she's made friends with a lot of the other artists' wives, and I have to consistently remind her, when she goes on these trips or goes shopping with one of them or goes to the parties and they're talking about shoes or dresses, that, okay, well, that person's had 10 more number ones than me, and that person sold, 15 million more records than me. So
right.
they're
you don't want her going out shopping with Trisha Yearwood yet.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, because Gar's credit cards, I don't even
unlimited.
He doesn't even watch them.
Right. We're talking to David Nail in Nashville for CMA Week. Two things. First of all, football. You walked in, you're going, how about them Steelers? Sunday Night Football.
Jeez.
Big Ben throws 6 touchdowns.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
What was hilarious is my wife and I, we got back from the grocery store last night, and we walked to the house. It was already on the channel. Right when he got popped that one time and he was making all those weird faces.
His jaw was broken or something.
And I was like, what in the world is it? Because they just kept showing it over and over. And I was like, this is the most bizarre thing in the world. Does he even know he's on camera? Is that on the sideline?
Or something?
And then they just kept showing it, and it is and I loved how the commentators kept talking about it. They were like, man, if Ben knows the camera is on him and he's making faces like that, he must really be hurt, So I guess he was.
So you're saying that he can throw a lot of touchdowns, but he's at times a funny-looking dude? Is that what you're trying to say?
The only thing I would say about Ben is he gets bigger every year.
I know.
But he's got like the best feet in the world.
You can
so he never looks slow.
Right.
I'm watching the Peyton and Brady, and they're both, a little leaner than Roethlisberger, but they're like, slow as Christmas. And they get out to like move out of the pocket, and it's just like you feel like you could like run on television and push them farther. But Roethlisberger, there's just 15 people around him all the time, and he's like breakdancing around everybody.
And he just gets knocked down and just keeps getting back up. He's a tough guy.
He is.
Well, you're a huge baseball fan, though. That's the biggest thing I know. You've written blogs for ESPN and stuff like that. You love the Cardinals. The Pirates are in the same division. But let's talk about the Pirates. The Cardinals are already awesome. Pirates have made the playoffs 2 years in a row. Are they still on the rise, do you think, or have they maybe reached their peak?
Oh, no, they definitely hadn't reached their peak. It's a very, very young team. You got the Garrett Cole kid who's a baby. McCutcheon's still a baby. Alvarez is, still really young, and the Harrison kid, is still
Josh Harrison.
Pretty young, and so I think it all, the one thing I think that has helped the Cardinals out more than anything is they seem to always have somebody in the farm system that can kind of, when Albert Pujols or somebody leaves, to take over, and so not that there's anybody old and leaving and they need somebody to take over, but I think that's kind of how you show some consistency. And the good thing about it is once you've won like they have the last couple of years, you've got all these people they're invested.
Right.
And so, and I've always said it's the best park in the major leagues. It's not close. I don't even know who's second.
PNC Park.
And I was even telling my wife last night, when they kept panning across the city, I was like, you have no idea how great this city is. I mean, there's like, at least I feel like it's very underrated. But it's beautiful, and we always have a blast when you go there, and that park's amazing. So now that you've got people consistently going there and they have a great experience, especially when it gets warm, I think that – and how can you not root for Clint Hurdle?
Yeah,
does
he's
the
a great
guy
manager.
ever look angry?
Well,
and he's ginormous.
Yeah.
He just looks like
he's
he
a
could
lovable
break
character.
you. Yeah, but he's that guy that, like, if you crossed, he would, like, literally break you in half.
You wouldn't want to get in a bear hug with him.
When he was coaching for the Rockies,
You bear hugged him one time?
No, I walked into a restaurant, and he was sitting at the bar, and it was during the season the Rockies were in St. Louis. And, I mean, the dude's shoulder, it was like your right shoulder and my left shoulder was his shoulders.
Right.
I mean, he was so broad, and his hands were just ginormous. So he's a fun guy to root for, and I'm glad Pittsburgh's winning now. Unfortunately, there's several times during the year I can't root for them because they're playing for the Cardinals, but I hope they do well. That the good thing about that division is now that Pittsburgh's good, now and everybody's talking about the Cubs about to be good. I don't believe it. I mean, how many years have you heard that?
Right.
But we can all agree that we hate the Reds, right? I mean, aren't they've become that team? It's so easy.
Yeah, and why do you, and you're a Cardinal fan, and I think all the other teams are guilty of this, including the Cardinals. Could you pass this word along? Quit hitting Andrew McCutchen with pitches, please.
Okay, if y'all quit hitting Molina,
Okay.
we'll quit hitting McCutchen.
All right, deal. We made a deal with David Nail. He'll pass that along to the Cardinals. Done deal. Enjoy Nashville this week. You live in Nashville, right? So you're here.
Yeah.
You're not back in Missouri. You're here.
I woke up in my own bed this morning. It was amazing.
What-
It was a little too early, but it was my bed.
We're going to keep spinning Kiss You tonight. And
God
keep
bless
listening to
you.
Great music. We
Thank you
appreciate your
very
time.
much. I appreciate
He's
it.
David Nail. We're live in Nashville for CMA Week with Froggy.